Hey guys, mtgnoob here, and let's talk about some cards that were spoiled yesterday, then we'll get to today's spoilers. Okay, so first we have Dryad Militant, cost white or green. Dryad Soldier, for an uncommon, that's a 2/1. If an instant or sorcery would be put into a graveyard from anywhere, exile it. This is strictly a very aggressive hoser for the current standard deck Delver. It does really, really nice things. Excuse me, it's also a 2/1 for either green or white. It goes very nice in a green-white beatdown style deck, even possibly playing this in a maybe white weenie style deck. I really like it. The fact that it's uncommon is really nice also. Havoc Festival costs 6 for black, red, enchantment, rare. Players can't gain life. At the beginning of each player's upkeep, that player loses half his or her life rounded up. So I don't really know how to abuse this card, so I'm not even going to pretend. I do like, as a red player, when my opponent is unable to gain life, but I mean, I feel like 6 mana for this enchantment is really, really a lot. If you're spending your time dealing them damage, they will lose their life quicker than you will, obviously. But if you're not ahead on board or don't have good burn in hand, I don't see this being really very sexy. Okay, World Spineworm, cost 11/8, triple green, creature type worm, mythic for a 15/15. Okay, we also know another 15/15 creature that is much sexier than this, but cost a lot more than this. Trample. When this card dies, put 3/5/5 green worm creature tokens with trample onto the battlefield. When World Spineworm is put into a graveyard from anywhere, shuffle it into its owner's libraries. Obviously, people who like cheating things into play are going to love playing this, getting it into play, getting it to die, all that fun stuff. I don't think it's really playable in the current standard metagame. I don't think it's playable in limited unless the format is much slower than I think it will be, which I don't think it will be. But if you ever stick this guy, you should win. However, it still is able to be like removed in the current standard metagame with like Oblivion Ring or pacifism, things of that nature. But if it sticks, you should win. Alright, let's look at the 4 new spoiled cards. Okay, we have another Justicar, an Orzhos Justicar, costs 2 and 2 white, so costs 4 for an uncommon human wizard 2/2. When this card enters the battlefield, detain up to 2 target creatures your opponents control. And just in case you don't know the detain keyword, it means until your next turn, those creatures can't attack or block, and their activated abilities can't be activated. I don't really know what to make of this card. This is the first time I'm actually looking at it. It does seem pretty good. Detain seems really nice. This seems like it's kind of a finisher in a deck that wants to get that last few points in there. It is a relevant creature type, that it being a human, so if you had some sort of maybe human deck and then detain their last 2 creatures, this could be good. But if you're playing against control, it's just pretty terrible because it only targets creatures. Okay, let's look at the Dead Reveler, cost 2 and a black, so cost 3 for a common 2/3 creature type zombie. So zombies is getting some love here. Unleash, so you can put a 1/1/1 counter on this and it can't block. So zombies gets a much easier to cast 3-drop that basically comes into play as a 3/4 for 3 that can't block. I'm not super in love with this card. I think the fact that it is common is nice, and that it costs vanilla 3 mana cost, not all this triple black kind of stuff. But I think there are better 3-drops, and I think this is very good and limited. He may see some play in zombies. I'm sure people will test him out, but I really don't think he's that amazing. I could be completely wrong. Alright, let's get to some real amazing cards right here. This looks like 2 cards, but it's not. I just don't have a space in between there. So basically, There we go. I'll do the left one first, but it's the right one I really want to talk about. Lothleth Troll. Sure, I butchered that. Black-green for a rare zombie troll. And basically, I'm going to just read the flavor text, or excuse me, the card from memory. Basically, it has discard a creature card, put a 1/1 counter on this, and tap black to regenerate this card. It is a rare. I'm debating if zombies will be taking a green turn or continue to go red, maybe even Jund style zombies, but this dude's ripped somebody's heart out and is clearly eating it. And I don't know if you've noticed, but if you look at his arm, he's got like a face there, and if you look at his back, there's another face, and it's just disgusting in a sense that I can't wait to play with this card. This is probably one of my favorite cards in the set. But finally, let's just look at this. Now, this is a Planeswalker, in my opinion. First of all, it's a Gorgon. Vraska the Unseen. It's obviously mythic. It costs 5, which is a little bit much for Planeswalkers, but it's in green and black, so they finally get their own Planeswalker. And it comes in with 5 loyalty, but the abilities are ridiculous, like, in my opinion. +1, until your next turn, whenever a creature deals combat damage to this card, destroy that creature. So if they want to go and attack her, and you want to let them hit her, she has 6 loyalty, so she could take out a bunch of creatures, which is just sick. Then she has -3, destroy target non-land permanent, which is really, really good. I mean, green doesn't really have problems with non-land permanents, but black does. Black can't destroy enchantments. Are you crazy? Black can't destroy other planeswalkers. Like, this card is nuts. -7. Now, this is the one I love the most, because if you can somehow make these dudes live, put 3 1/1 black assassin creature tokens onto the battlefield with, whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, that player loses the game. There's very few cards where people just straight lose the game. This is one of them on a Planeswalker. If I were you, I would go grab these up, because I think they're going to be awesome. This card can, even see play in, I would say, possibly 5-color control, or green-black, or a Jund style mid-range deck. I'm just really in love with this set. It's just fantastic. Alright, this has been the MTG Noob. Thanks for watching. Please obviously check out themtgnoob.com.